Welcome to another video. Today we are going to be playing some Rikkas. Now, I don't have any of the Rikka cards other than the ones that you get from doing the little story mission in solo mode. So I'm going to start by doing some pack openings. I'm going to start with my free pull that I got from assembling a Rikka card. Let's see how lucky that is. SR, not bad, not two SRs. Out of the pack though, hey, it's still Bergia. Love this guy. Love me some Dinomorphias. Alright, 10 pull, let's go. Okay, get lucky, Konami. No scams. I know Konami loves to scam. We're gonna do one pull live, and then I'll skip the rest. All right. See, Konami blesses you if you do it live. Hey, Teardrop Rikka Queen. We do need that. Would like to have two of pack number 9. Looks like we got our UR. We'll see if it's from the pack or if it is not from the pack. The ultimate scam. All right. We're just getting real lucky today. Hey, Rikka. And a second Teardrop Queen. You know what? Maybe we'll play 2. We'll see. The budget list, maybe we'll want to play 2 Teardrop Rikka Queens. We gotta test it out. Hey, here we go. We can do our counting right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 SRs plus 7, 8, the ones that we got from the other pack, and 2 Rikka Queens. Alright, so that's one pack pull. Alright, so I've made a Rikka deck. Check out the end of the video. I'll have the full deck list, but for now, see how it does. Alright. Opponent is going first, and they're playing Exo Sisters now. Exo Sisters, excellent deck. I think it's gotten a lot better with the new support. And if they go first, they have the ability to banish a lot of cards. They'll be banishing with their monster that they're going to make, and they're going to be banishing with a trap that they're going to make, and they can resummon another monster and banish a third time. Also, their cards sometimes have interaction that negates the graveyard, and they probably have a couple hand traps too. So we're playing budget Rikkas. We got some Rikkas in hand. Let's see how we can do against the full Exo Sister board, and you saw they're adding that Return to hand. So their final board, they're going to have the Magnifica here, they're going to have the packs, going to search for follow-up plays next turn, they're going to set that trap, and they're going to pass to us. So that trap's going to banish this monster, can quick effect banish a card, not even a monster, it can banish any card, So we got to play through this. Now you'll notice, this is extra spicy Rikkas. You're not going to see a budget Rikka deck like this anywhere else. We're going to start with Foolish Burial because you'll notice all of the Rikkas are water. That's right. We're playing Ice Barrier. You know it. All right, we're going to activate Ice Barrier, and you're thinking, okay, what are you going to search in the Rikka deck? There's the high-level Rikkas. We got some extra spice in here. We got our boy, the Turtle Kaiju, because we could search all the high-level Rikkas. We can also search a beautiful Turtle Boy. Let's donate the Turtle. And you know what else this does? Let's just quickly scroll up here in this duel log. You'll see that the trap my opponent set on the field can only be activated if you control an Exo Sister monster. And our opponent actually controls a turtle right now, which means they cannot activate it. We have disabled their board. But we're locked into waters, and you're saying, hey, wait a minute, you're activating Unexpected Die. Is there a normal plant monster? This is why they call it Unexpected Die. It's Tentacle Plant. It's a water plant. We're going to normal summon Rikka Petal, search for the Snowdrop Rikka Fairy. Rikka Glamour, going to add Mudan to the hand. We're going to activate Tributing our Rikka to special summon 2 monsters. We're going to search for the Rikka Field Spell, and this Rikka Field Spell is amazing. It's going to let us tribute our opponent's monsters as cost to activate our Rikka card effects. Let's start by using its other effect. When we control Rikka monsters, we can set a Rikka spell or trap directly from the deck, set the Rikka sheet, and now let's special summon the Princess from hand, and Snowdrop the Rikka Fairy can increase the level of our Rikka monsters, and you're going to see I'm taking advantage of those URs I got in my opening. We're going to make Rikka Queen, and we're going to make a second Rikka Queen. Alright, let's deal some damage. Tribute our opponent's Kaiju, causing both our monsters to increase their attack points by 200. And let's get in for big damage. Not lethal damage, but big damage, that's for sure. Let's see if the opponent can get through our big damage play with budget Rikkas. You'll see we got 2 of our URs. We got Teardrop the Rikka Queen, got Teardrop the Rikka Queen Part 2. Opponent, Pot of Avarice, we got nothing. They are drawing 2. They are activating Droplet to negate. Alright, well, that's not too bad, because we could only activate one of our Rikka Queens each turn to tribute a monster. And we have a sneaky, oh, we got some sneaky stuff going on. Opponent activating Exo Sister Martha to special summon Ellis. Let's activate Rikka Sheet. And because of our field spell, we can tribute one of their monsters to pay the costs to negate the effect and steal another monster. So we're going to tribute their Ellis and steal their Martha. Opponent, while they control that Exo Sister Returnia, they're going to activate it right now. Banish or Teardrop the Rikka Queen, but they can't use the second effect to XD summon because they just can't. They can't do it. They don't have any Exo Sister monsters. Alright. Now we got their Exo Sister Martha. It's a plant. What else you got, opponent? Opponent summoning this Stella, and in the end phase, they're passing the end phase. We're going to activate our Rikka Petal to resummon itself back onto the field. Opponent Stella is going to activate to try and do things, and we don't want them doing things. We got an extra sneaky tech here. Rikka Princess, not only is this a hand trap, it's a graveyard trap. If this is in the graveyard, we control a Rikka, we can shuffle into the deck and negate. Just tribute a plant monster. Let's tribute that monster we were stealing from our opponent so they don't get it back in the end phase. Get negated. And this is easy lethal with budget Rikkas. All we needed in this game were the 2 Rikka Queens, and that is all you need to do some amazing plays. Let's get in for lethal. Lethal with budget Rikkas. Alright, let's go on to the next game. Alright, let's go. Let's show off the best combo you can do in this deck. Show it off right now. Alright, so what we're going to do first, we're going to start with the field spell. We're going to special summon our Rikka Princess. Free special summon once per turn. Now we're going to use the Con effect to set the Glamour from the deck. Glamour is going to let us search any Rikka. If we tribute a plant, we can search 2 Rikkas with the same level. We are going to activate our Mudan the Rikka Fairy next. This is going to let us search for another Rikka spell. We're just going to set the trap. This is just gravy. We don't even need this now. Opponent is Ash Blossoming. You know what? That is perfecto. We do not need that search. Opponent's Ash Blossom is not doing a lot of value right there. Let's activate Rikka Glamour. Get ourselves the Petal. Petal, normal summon, is going to let us search for any Rikka monster. So let's get searching for the Snowdrop Rikka Fairy, our level 8. Snowdrop Rikka Fairy, going to tribute the Petal. Special summoning the Snowdrop from the hand and the Sunseed Genus Loci. Let's special summon the Dryas. Dryas gonna activate, get us the Sowing. Gonna special summon from the deck the Twin. Twin gonna activate, special summon. The Dryas gonna activate, special summon, and now we have 2 options. 2 very nice options here. Since we have so many bodies on field, we could activate our Snowdrop, make them all level 8, make 2 Rikka Queens. Teardrop Rikka Queen. Although this effect is a hard once per turn, I believe. Let's just quickly check. Once you can only activate Rikka, once per turn. So this is a hard once per turn, so not as great to have 2. So what we're going to do instead is, after we gain our nice life points here, we're going to go into the Link monster, Bengal Lancer, and we're going to go into the Rikka Queen. There you go, that's our board. And we'll just go over what we got here because we got a lot of interaction. We got Bengal Lancer, quick effect send to the hand, can send a monster to the hand. We got to pay some life points, but that's alright. We got Teardrop Rikka Queen, force opponent to tribute a monster, and sneaky, we got in the graveyard the Rikka Princess. During the opponent's turn, if they activate an effect, monster effect while we control a Rikka monster, we can negate the effect and then tribute a plant monster. And because of the field spell, we can actually tribute our opponent's monsters to negate the effect. So that is very sneaky. Well, let's see what the opponent has. If they can break through our Rikka board, opponent activating Thunder Dragon Dark in the end phase of our turn. Playing Thunder Dragons. Alright, Thunder Dragons versus Plant Waifus. Let's see who is the best. Opponent activating Thunder Dragon. Search for a Thunder Dragon. Searching for a Thunder Dragon. Activating the Gold Sark. Gold Sark gonna send a Thunder Dragon Roar to the Banish Zone. Activating its effect, Special Thunder Dragon Dark. Alright, opponent Summon the Colossus. Alright, now Colossus, not a fan. Let's get rid of it. Activate Teardrop. Tribute your Thunder Dragon. Can't be destroyed by card effects. It protects itself, but doesn't protect itself from tributing. So, tributed. Goodbye, Thunder Dragon. Opponent getting the Thunder Dragon Fusion next. Activating the Thunder Dragon Fusion. Gonna Fusion Summon the Titan. 3200 attack Titan. Let's activate the Bengal Lancer. Chain it. Return to hand. Opponent also has Brand of Fusion. Special summoning the Lubellion. Gonna try and make Mirror Jade. But we got our final trick left. Lubellion discards a card. We're gonna activate that Rikka Princess in the graveyard. Negate by tributing their Lubellion. Negate the effect to special summon opponent using Branded in red. But they only have 3 cards. They only have that 1 card left in hand. 3 cards in hand here. What are they gonna make? Opponent using 2 to make a Albion. Banishing another Thunder Dragon from hand. Albion gonna let them fuse. We are out of interaction here. What can they make with the Albion? The Albaz was in the banish zone, so they can't use that. Going into Predaplant Dracosapelia, gonna let them negate a monster effect, but they can't attack with the Dracosapelia, I believe. Getting in with the Albion. We can save our boy Bengal Lancer with the effect of the Sowing. Sowing lets you banish itself to protect a plant monster from being destroyed, so we actually had a little bit of a sneaky effect in there. Opponent summoning the Aluber to negate the Bengal Lancer for the rest of the turn. That's not going to matter. In the end phase, Rikka Petal coming back. That is some value here from budget Rikkas and opponent. It may not look like you're in that bad of a spot, but it's already over. We're going to activate Rikka Con, search for the Glamour, activate the Glamour, tributing their Predaplant Dracosapelia. Now those Predaplant counters don't even matter. Our Teardrop is unfazed, no longer negated. Let's search for the Princess, get ourselves a negate, and also get to search for the Primula. Tributing cards triggers the effect of the Rikka Queen, increases attack points. Let's use Bengal Lancer, return that monster to the hand, clear the field, special summon the Princess, activate Petal. We should have done this first. Get ourselves another Princess to negate with. Normal summon the Primula, go into the Rikka Queen, and now let's show off the power of Rikkas here. Just adding a Rikka card from our graveyard to our hand, no big deal. Get to battle and do our sneaky trick. Attack with the Rikka Queen Strenna and then tribute it with the Rikka Queen Teardrop. It's going to resummon an XD monster from the extra deck, attach itself as material, and give us an additional attack with that number 87 water level 8, and that is a lot of damage, and opponent is out of here. Sweet game. Let's go on to the next one. Alright, real interesting hand here. We got another evenly matched Lonefire Blossom. Let's just search any plant monster, special summon to the field. Very strong effect, doesn't care about level. We're going to add the Snowdrop Fairy to our hand. You got to be careful with Glamour. It doesn't say this on the card, but if you choose to tribute a plant monster, you have to add 2 plant monsters that have the same level but different name. It's not optional. So if you activate this Glamour, you cannot search for and tribute a plant. You can't search for the Rikka Fairy because we only got 1 level 8 plant in our deck. Let's tribute to get the Petal. Let's special summon the Fairy, activate the Petal, search for the Princess, that's our hand trap, special summon, get the 2 Rikka Fairies on field, and opponent hitting us with the Nibiru. Oof. Let's negate. Shuffle into the deck. Negate the Nibiru. Almost got us there. Lucky that Princess negate. Saved. Saved the day. Alright, we get the Rikka Con. Get to activate. Get to set a Rikka spell. We're going to set the sheet. Activate the Fairy. Make our monsters level 8. Go into the Rikka Queen in defense mode and pass the opponent. Alright, now again, we got the Rikka Con on field. That means we can negate with the or steal with the sheet, tributing our opponent's monsters. Let's use Rikka Queen to make them tribute this Lady Debug, stop them from getting any combos going. They have used their normal summon. Opponent drawn. a microcoder. Opponent is going to search with Signet Mining, getting rid of the Nibiru to add a circular. They have already used their normal summon, but I don't think they need it. Special summoning the circular. Getting the Sigma on field. This is going to activate to search. Let's use the Sheet. Sheet is going to use their own monster to tribute and then take control of the other monster, making it a plant. Give us that circular. Circular is on our side of the field. Opponent getting the mathematical equation. Teardrop is gonna, and there we go, got him. In the end phase, we get back our pedal, and opponent gets the mathematical circular. But now it's our turn. Drawing the Genis. We can search for Rikka Fairy. We can activate the Con, set the Glamour, gonna let us search 2 Rikkas. Tributing our opponent's plant mathematical circular to get 2 monsters. Very cool. Boosting the attack of the Queen. Let's special summon. Link into the, or Xe into the Strenna, and we actually have, now that we have the Queen back in hand, we actually have easy lethal here. All we have to do is tribute our Rikka Petal. It's going to boost the attack of our Queen, and there's a very cool tech here. You attack with the Strenna, and then making a huge mistake here. Use your Teardrop the Rikka Queen to tribute the Strenna before you attack with it. It's going to gain another 200 attack points. Your Strenna, when it's tributed, well, I'll show you right now, me messing it up. Strenna, when it's tributed, special summons another Plantic Z monster and then attaches itself as a material. And that means you get an extra attack. And if you do it properly, you get exactly enough attack points for lethal. But look at us here, 200 damage short, and if we done it properly, we would win the game. You know what? That's okay. We're going to give our opponent another turn. That's how confident we are. Why win this turn when you can win next turn? Let's special summon Mudan, giving us more attack points that we could have used to finish off our opponent if we were playing properly. Search for a Rikka card. You get the Glamour for next turn. And we get the Rikka Queen, special summon it, get the Loci on the field, showing off how good we are at Rikka combo. We can link off into the Dryas, special summoning another monster, using the effect of the Sowing. And now we have lots of monsters to tribute. We have the Rikka Princess in the graveyard to negate a monster effect. And the Dryas does make it so that when we take battle damage or effect damage, we gain that many life points. So, you know what? Maybe we're not in a bad position at all. Let's summon Sylvan High Protector. Now, this is a 4th UR. You do not need this card. As you saw, I misplayed. We've already won the game with the budget deck. Let's see if a little extra UR can take us the rest of the way. We're going to have that Sylvan High Arbiter in defense mode. Opponent activating Signet Mining. Searching for the circular. They're going to try the circular combo again. Or as try not to mess this up. Opponent summoning the circular. Let's tribute it before anything else happens. Gain attack points. The Sigma is going to activate in the graveyard though. And opponent also has the Diameter in hand already. We're going to negate the effect of the Diameter. Tributing their other monster to negate and destroy. Or just negate, sorry. No destroy, just negate. Alright, opponent. Stopped you from summoning so far. But opponent has the equation. We forgot about the equation. Opponent still going. Get an update jammer. Is this the end for Rikkas? Have we finally been beaten by Math Mechs? Well, just hold on a second. We're not out of it yet. Opponent searching for the Signet Conflict. Gonna let him negate a spell effect. And going into double attacking access code. Access code with 5,000 attack points. Alright. We are in big trouble here. Opponent, 5,300 attack points. They're trying to pop our Dryas now. Sowing, effect in the graveyard. Banish itself, protect our dry ass from getting destroyed once. Opponent, doing it a second time. Popping. But when a Sunvalon Link monster leaves the field, destroy this card. So our opponent actually can't get in for lethal. Our Teardrop Queens are too big, too chunky. Opponent going to battle, hitting both our Rikka Queens. But we still got the Sylvan High Protector. Heddle coming back onto the field. It's our turn again. Let's activate. Naming Rikka Princess. Now you got to choose a card name, and if you guess right, it goes to your hand. If you guess wrong, it goes to the graveyard. And then if a card is sent to the graveyard, it returns a card to the hand. Opponent activating their Super Factorial, gonna XE summon their Math Mechs. We're still in big trouble, but remember, if we played properly, we could have won this game ages ago. Opponent making the Laplacian. High Arbiter gonna... we actually guessed correctly. I named Rikka Princess and getting added to the hand. What are the odds? Opponent activating their Laplacian. Our Princess is gonna activate, negate, tributing their own monster using the effect of the Con-Con, negating the Laplacian effect. Now opponent is negating the negate. Shuffling a card from our hand, or discarding a card from our hand and popping a card from our field and popping the field spell. But we still can add a Princess to our hand, and we have a second copy of the Con-Con. Let's go to the end phase. I don't think we're out of this yet. Opponent summoning Subtraction. Going into the Splash Mage, but they don't know about our Rikka Princess in hand. Well, they should know because we added it. And if we're going to negate the effect of the Splash Mage, tributing the Splash Mage. Hopefully this slows our opponent down a little bit. And opponent is done. They got nothing. Smashed up by Rikkas. Budget Rikkas with only one minor addition. Alright, let's go on to the next game. If you like the channel, be sure to subscribe. Now we are also playing a very budget Sunseed Genis Locust engine that is going to let us do some interesting plays. Opponent playing Spellbooks. Alright, let's speed things up here. Opponent, if you're gonna go first, you're gonna do wombo combos. We're just gonna have to let go. And I do want to show off while our opponent's setting up their board here. We got two evenly matched, great budget card. Definitely a 3 of in any budget list. So easy to get your hands on, and also very powerful, especially with all these sprites and people setting up wide boards. Past our turn, let's show off the power evenly matched. Go to battle, end the battle phase evenly. Opponent choosing to keep one card. The only card they get to keep is their Dark Magician Trap. Let's activate the unexpected die. Opponent gonna max C. Alright, well that does put a stop to our fun. I don't want to draw any more cards, so we're gonna set that Ice Barrier and we're gonna pass the opponent. Eternal Soul summoning Dark Magician. Opponent, what else you got? Opponent using Magician Souls to summon. I think we banished one of their Dark Magicians. Opponent activating Magical Circle. Discarding a Branded Fusion to search for Timaeus. Interesting choice. Adding that Timaeus to hand. They knew about that because of the circle. Going into Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight. That's going to activate their Circle Banish. Our Ice Barrier. Opponent's probably getting in for big hits here. Summoning their Dark Magician from the graveyard. Our Rick is done for. Well, we do have a second evenly matched. Let's see how powerful that can be. Evenly matched. Opponent choosing to keep the Eternal Soul, but they don't have a Dark Magician in the graveyard. What does this mean for Dark Magicians? Alright, let's do the Sunseed Locust combo. Dryas going to search for the Sunvine Sowing. Sunvine Sowing and a special summon from the deck. Opponent with another Max C. Alright, well, this is going to put a stop to our combo a second time. I am not letting my opponent draw a billion cards. So we're going to let the Sunseed Twin get summoned, and we are going to stop doing anything. Hopefully draw some Rikkas next turn to use this Con-Con. And opponent giving up before we can even summon Rikkas. Alright, let's go on to the next game. Alright, we're drawn into our Tentacle Plant. This is not what we want, but it'll have to do for now. Let's use the Foolish, show off the power of the Search. Get ourselves the Rikka Queen. Queen added straight to the hand. Now we are locked into waters, which means we can't summon the genus Loci, and that will sometimes stop your Rikka Fairy from activating if you don't have another water to summon in hand. Let's summon our Tentacle Plant. Probably should have summoned the Loci though. Normal summon doesn't get stopped by the Ice Barrier. Search for the Field Spell. Get ourselves the Glamour. Glamour gonna let us search for 2 Rikkas. Tributing the Rikka Fairy. Get ourselves a Princess. Get ourselves the Primula. Primula gonna see a monster getting tributed. Special summon itself. Queen gonna summon, and this is exactly why. If we'd done it the other order, we could have, if we'd used our Sunseed Genus Loci, we could have summoned the Tentacle Plant here. We'd have an extra monster on field. We could have kept that in the hand, but it's okay. Rikka Queen gets summoned. As past the opponent. Now the advantage of having the Rikka Princess in hand over this Genus Loci is that we can use it as a hand trap, negate monster effects. So hopefully this doesn't matter. We'll see. My misplays with the Rikkas coming to bite me. We really would have liked to negate that Ecclesia, but opponent summoning the Fallen Albaz. We can use Teardrop's effect to tribute it. Make sure to discard that Rikka Princess. So we got the Princess in the graveyard now. Tribute that Fallen Albaz. Luckily we're not playing against Sword Soul here. Stop its effect from summoning using our Rikka Queen. Opponent going straight for the Branded Fusion. Getting the Lubellion. Lubellion gonna activate. And unfortunately, because they had a Tragedy in hand, it chain blocks. We can't negate using the Princess. So opponent is safe. Annoyingly, they are going to get to summon the Mirror Jade. There you go, going into the Mirror Jade. Alright, and Mirror Jade, when it gets popped, it's going to destroy all our fields, so we're going to negate with the effect of the Princess. Tribute the Mirror Jade as cost to activate that effect. So our Queen is safe, but it's getting popped in the end phase. Not what we wanted. Opponent also has more follow-up. Branded in red. They are not done. Disadvantage of our budget hand trap evenly matches that you can't use it if you have stuff on the field. If we had more Ash Blossoms, Maxis, we might be drawing a billion cards right now. That's the struggles of a budget deck though. Opponent summoning a Masquerade the Blazing Dragon. Getting back the Mirror Jade. And they got a second, they can activate it a second time. Banishing our Rikka Queen. And hitting us for 3,000 damage. Not ideal at all. One back row set and Ecclesia going back to hand. Opponent is hitting us with the grindy value of a very non-budget Despia deck. Setting a Branded in red as well. Really wishing we didn't have this field spell. We'd get to evenly match, wipe up a lot of this nonsense. But let's try our best. Rikka Glamour. Gonna let us tribute an opponent's monster to search for 2 Rikkas. Let's get that Princess. And the Rikka Fairy. Now we are still locked into waters because of that Ice Barrier we made last turn, but it's not stopping us from doing plays. Let's special summon the Princess. Set the Rikka Sheet. Special summon, or normal summon the Primula. Go into Strenna. And Strenna we can detach, target a plant in the graveyard, add it to hand. Getting us the Rikka Queen, and again, another mistake. I thought I could go for it, but because of the Loci in hand, which shouldn't even be in our hand, so we got the Tentacle Plant here, shouldn't even be in our hand. Our Snowdrop the Rikka Fairy, we can't use its effect because we don't have a monster in hand to summon. Alright. Opponent. Going for our Strenna. Now we are going to tribute. Tribute and steal. Opponent responding though with a Branded Banishment, fizzling the effect. Alright. Now we get the effect of the Strenna. It's going to resummon an XZ from the deck and attach itself as material. And we haven't used the effect of the Concon yet. Rikka Queen on the field. Now quickly check our graveyard. Do we have a Princess? We do, so we have a negate. We have a monster negate, and we have the effect of the Con. Opponent adding Dramaturge to hand. We are under max C. We're going to negate the effect of the Masquerade to summon itself in the graveyard, tributing the other Masquerade. Opponent going for Branded in red. This is the grindiest fight ever. Rikkas doing their best. Budget Rikkas doing their best against Branded. Opponent summoning another Lubellion. We're out of negates. But we aren't out of tributes. Opponent discarding. 2 summon. A Mirror Jade. And the Dramaturge. They're going to activate that Mirror Jade, and we can make them tribute one of their monsters, but our Teardrop is getting banished. Pop that Dramaturge. But we're taking another 3,000 damage. Getting hit for 3,000. Now we're not under water luck anymore, but we still can't activate Evenly Matched. Opponent getting the Ecclesia back to hand. And also getting another copy of Branded Fusion. Now they use their Mirror Jade last turn, so our monsters can't get banished this turn. Draw and Rikkas sheet. We can tribute one of their monsters to activate the... Oh, this isn't the sheet, this is the Con. Yeah, we're in big trouble. We can special summon, tributing one of their monsters to summon our Snowdrop Rikka Fairy, but making a mistake here. Going into the Dryas, we only have 200 life points. We can't activate the effect of the spell. It deals 1,000 damage to us. We could have just gone... Well, this is the other problem, is because we're playing budget, we don't have another Rikka Queen. The only thing we can go into is the Sylvan High Arbiter. Not the most ideal monster to make right now. Would have rather made a Rikka Queen, so we were trying to get more monsters on the field. We can set the Rikka Glamour. Search for 2 Rikkas or a Rikka Petal. Yeah, and we're going for the Petal here. Getting a Princess. I really think we're making a bit of misplay here. I definitely could have got more monsters on field. Going into the level 8s, we only have one more level 8 to make. If I'd done this properly, I could have made the level 4 and the level 8, but our only level 4 Rikkas Queen Strenna is in the graveyard, so we can't make that either. Definitely the penalties of a budget deck coming to bite us against non-budget Despias. We can send that Mirror Jade back to the hand, but we're not going to get in for nearly enough. And opponent also gets to resummon their Jester Despia from the graveyard, activating that effect of the Masquerade, and it is just too much value for us to deal with. We don't have a way to protect ourselves on our opponent's turn, so we're going to get in for lethal on ourselves, and that's the game. Alright, let's go on to the deck list. Alright, so here is the budget Rikka deck list I'm playing. You saw the Sunseed Genesis Loci combo. You saw why we're playing Tentacle Plant. This card's key to the deck with our Foolish Burial Goods Ice Bearer Search Engine. We got triple Rikka Petal to start our combos. We got Sunseed Twin. We got triple Lone Fire Blossom. 1 free Ash Blossom. You all have it. 2 Primulas. Triple Rikka Princess. 2 Mudans. 1 Gameciel. 2 Snowdrops. Triple Unexpected Die to get our Tentacle Plant or Sunseed. We got the Foolish Burial Goods at 2. We got triple Rikka Glamour. We got Sunvine Sowing. We got triple Con. The spell is amazing. 2 Ice Barriers. Triple Evenly. 1 free Imperm. Y'all have this. A Rikka Sheet. And a Solemn Judgment. Again, another card y'all have. Alright, in the extra deck. The 3 URs I recommend using for this deck. Rikka Queen Strenna. And 2 Teardrops. I don't think the Elsa is necessary. I played it, you saw it come out, but did it win us the game? No. Don't need this card. Not necessary. 2 Rikka Queens. I would even go for a 3rd Rikka Queen maybe before the Elsa. But we do have other Sylvans in here, but they're not water, so you're not going to see them as often. Let's go through the extra deck in detail though. 1 Strenna, 2 Kenzashis, 2 Orez, 1 number 87 Queen of the Night. You can summon this using the effect of the Strenna. It's got 3200 attack. That's quality. That's value. 1 Alsai, but again, this budget. If you want, you take this out, just replace it with another number 87. That's gonna be just as good. We got 2 Rikka Queens. We got 1 Dryas, a second Dryas, Sunbind Gardener, Healer at 2, and the, I don't know how to say this, Bengal Lancer. Card's easy to make with your Sunbind combo. Once you get 4 plants on the field, you just go into the Bengal Lancer, and you got a quick effect, send a monster to the opponent's hand. Pretty good. Alright, hope you liked the video. Hope you like budget Rikkas. Let me know if I'm missing anything. If you think there's some cards I could be including in this deck, because it was pretty fun to play, and it's definitely real low budget. You know, I don't think this is very far from the high-end Rikka deck. I think, you know, if you have more of these, you play the second one of this. You probably play more copies of, you know, the hand traps. You got Ash Blossoms, Maxis, all that nonsense, to make the deck a little more competitive and ranked. But really, I mean, this is pretty close to non-budget Rikkas, so let me know what you think, and hope you liked the video, and I'll see you next time. Have a good night.